Remarks. Dunstan in the green, Andries in blue. 12 rounds for the British Cruiserweight Championship. Andries looking for revenge and looking to regain the title.
Dunstan, very much the boxer. You've got to expect him to do that, to give Andries plenty of movement, just to keep snaking out that long left lead and just try and pick him off, not get involved in a fight.
Andries with a new trainer for the first time in this contest. Jimmy Tibbs has taken over. Just lost his balance there. Andries, I don't know whether there's a wet patch just by us on this side of the ring, but he almost fell over, Andries.
Yes, I think it was due to him trying to put so much effort into that right hand and missing so wildly.
Of course, always the feeling with Andries that one night he might just get in the ring and the age might catch up with him and there'll be absolutely nothing there. But so far, he keeps on defying the logic of the aging process. It's going to be a kind of bull v matador confrontation, this, isn't it, Glenn?
Yes, you've got to expect Dunstan just moving around the ring, and Andries looking for the big punch. He's really tried to load up several times in this round and missed by a long way.
Get through with a couple of body shots there, though. Andries, that's what he'd be looking to do, close the range on Dunstan, not let Dunstan dominate and use his reach advantage and his extra speed. Sometimes in there, Andries will feel like he's chasing shadows. That's typical Dunstan. Jab and move. Punch coming from an unusual angle too. And this is Andries' territory. Close in.
This Andries has to really close the ring down, cut off the corners and try and trap Dunstan in the corners on the ropes and really just try and bull him around, use his power, use his strength.
Almost sniper tactics by Dunstan. Spear in the jab, maybe get in quick combination and then away again. Lateral movement as well. Dunstan doing the more impressive work in this opening round, I would say, Just, wouldn't you, Glenn?
Yes, he's doing a little more. Andries is managing to keep his hands up and catch most of the punches, but more of the work coming from Dunstan.
Stepped it up a little bit in the second half of the round and might have nicked it, and still the bad feeling between them. Action here, the grudge match between Terry Dunstan and Dennis Andries. A close-ish opening round and real bad feeling again at the end.
Yes, there's still plenty of bad feeling. But I think Dunstan probably just did enough. Andries has got to try and speed up a little bit. He's got to get closer, cut the ring off close and just do more work.
Dunstan in his 12th professional fight, Andries in his 64th. Andries in the blue shorts. He's found it hard to get to Dunstan so far, to get in range. Just a little bit bemused and bewildered by the speed of this big cruiserweight Dunstan. Oh, good left hook though on the counter from Andries. That was his best punch so far. And then getting in with the body shots. Now this is where Andries wants Dunstan.
Yes, that was caused by a change of styles from Dunstan. All of a sudden he wanted to plant his feet and try and mix it and push Andries back a little bit. And he paid the price there. Caught a solid punch from Andries. One of the faults in Dunstan is his poor guard. He neglects any sort of defense at times, and he can't really afford to do that with a heavy-handed Dennis Andries.
Andries covered up well there. But he's having to eat that jab, as they say in the trade, of Dunstan's. Jimmy Tibbs had been working with Andries, trying to make him slip the jab and roll inside. That hasn't really happened so far. That was a low one from Andries. Dunstan doesn't seem too troubled, considering where it hit him. way, south of the border, that one.
But I'm sure Andries will be one to use a few rough tactics if he can get away with it. He's got to try and make Dunstan fight his fight.
Jab gets through again, then a right hand from Dunstan. Blocking quite a few though, Andries. He's getting the gloves up, and there are those body shots as well from him. He's trying to slow Dunstan down with those. It's the best policy.
Yes, again, Dunstan picking him off the jab, but just allowing himself to stand too long, a little too close to Andries. You can't afford to pick up and be hurt by them big body punches that Andries throws. Andries just trying to draw Dunstan in. He wants Dunstan close to him.
Left hook round the side of the head. Have a look at a bit of a slap about it from Andries. He won't mind about that. He got to Dunstan. Done it a bit more in this second round. He's had his successes here, Andries. And the body attack is definitely the policy. Interesting. Welcome back. Dennis Andries had more success in that second round there. And I wonder if he might have just taken that on Larry O'Connell's scorecard as we look back at the action again. Good left hook, wasn't it?
That was a good left hook, caused by Dunstan wanting to stand around, wanting to try and change tactics and punch Andries back a little bit. I think he needn't do that. He's got to try and keep to what he does best, and that's movement and the long jab.
The green of the defending champion, 27-year-old Terry Dunstan, the blue of the 42-year-old challenger, Dennis Andries. Amazing that he's actually challenging for a British title at his ripe old age, isn't it? He jokes that he's 55, but I can assure you he isn't. Beginning to make Dunstan miss a little more with the jab and block a few more of them, and that's going to be very important when they tot up the scores in what shapes again as if it might be another tightish fight, Glenn.
Yes, he's got to use the jab, Dunstan. That's his best weapon. It's the weapon he can beat Andries with. We saw Chamek Salita do it very well against Andries, just kept him at the end of the jab, and Dunstan should take note from that. But he just seems to want to get a little bit closer to Andries and attempt to trade it.
Good right to the body from Dunstan. Both of them originally from Hackney, although Dunstan bases himself south of the river these days. Certainly a London derby. Just wonder too with Dunstan how tight he is at this 13 stone 8 weight, because for a fight in Ireland recently he was just over the 14 stone mark.
Yes, that could be a factor if it goes late in the rounds, especially with a strong Andries pushing him back.
Against that, of course, Andries spent most of his career as a light heavyweight, moving up to cruiser, and whether his punches have quite the same effect at this higher weight is another question.
Yes, he hasn't had the success in the cruiserweight division that he had in the light heavyweight division.
Quieter third round. Battle lines are drawn here. With the durability of both men, you would think this might develop into a grueling, tight contest. Good right to the body from Andries. I think he's already maybe just slowed Dunstan down a little bit with these body punches.
Yes, Dunstan standing centre ring. I think he's trying to get a little bit of power and control the ring from there behind his jab. He's managed to do more of the work in this round.
Not so much on his bike in this round, Dunstan. Very quiet round indeed. That's a good right hand though by Dunstan. His speed got in there right at the end of the round, but it was a quietish round other than that.